Alright, welcome back to our podcast. I'm the gentleman, accompanied by the disturbed Southern Belle.
Hello.
And in this episode, we will be continuing our series on most disturbing media and movies with one of the most disturbing and messed up movies I have ever seen.
It's pretty out there. It is.
Midsummer.
It's pretty out there.
So, this is a 2019 horror film that follows an American couple that gets drawn into a violent and disturbing cult that is located in rural Sweden. So, just apologies beforehand. I'm probably going to butcher these name pronunciations. There's a couple in here that I don't know how to pronounce. So,
and when we say rural, we mean rural. This is they're out in the middle of nowhere. This is like this little commune compound thing, and it's like nothing for miles.
Yep. So, the film begins in the middle of winter. An American student named Dani is dealing with the pain and trauma of losing her family. Her bipolar sister named Terry kills their parents and herself via carbon monoxide poisoning. The feelings Dani is dealing with causes more strain on her already turbulent relationship with her distant boyfriend, Christian. It then picks up several months later. Christian and his friends Mark and Josh have been invited by their Swedish friend Pele to attend a 9-day Midsummer festival that is being held at the commune where Pele is from.
Right.
So this festival is special in that it only occurs once every 90 years. Josh, who is also writing a thesis on European midsummer festivals, is excited at the thought of attending and deems it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Well, I guess it sort of would be if it only happened once every 90 years. I mean, really, that is kind of once-in-a-lifetime for anybody, right?
So, Christian initially intended to break up with Dani due to her still grieving the death of her family, which, honestly, dick move.
I kind of got to say that, really. I mean, why would you not be grieving that? That's her entire immediate family gone.
Yes.
Just bam, in one shot. That's not common, most people don't have to go through that. So, yeah, and then he wants to break up because she's upset about it.
Yeah,
and not
I get that it's several months later, but still, it takes time to get over that stuff.
It does. Now, I mean, the only thing I could see is if she was not even attempting to do anything, and it was,
like if she let it consume her, I could get that.
To a point, but at the same time, you think he might be just trying to get her help or something. I don't know.
But for that to be the reason you break up with her?
I gotta agree with you. It is a dick move.
Yeah. Anyways, he was planning on breaking up with her, but he reluctantly decides to invite her along after the pair have an argument. So, the group arrive at the commune and meet a British couple named Simon and Connie, who have been invited by Pele's brother, Ingemar, whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Ingemar then gives the group psychedelic mushrooms. The drugs cause Dani to have a disturbing hallucination involving her deceased family.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. The next day, the group witnesses a horrifying ceremony in which 2 elderly people jump from a cliff in an attempt to end their lives on the rocks below. Sadly, one of them survives the fall, and this causes the commune members to then mimic the wails of pain of the person who survived.
Mm-hmm.
They then use a mallet to end their life.
Yeah, it is very gruesome, and it is
graphic.
It's very graphic. It's very shocking the first time I saw it. I was not expecting any of it, and it was just nuts.
For me, it doesn't help because I was fairly young when I saw it.
Yeah, and it's like, it made it look like it was this happy thing, like they were going out to this little fun party, and then all of a sudden it's like, what's happening to these people up here?
And this to be the first thing you see, basically.
Right, and what's going on when there's people on a mountain? Oh my God, and they just dive off, and it's crazy.
Anyways, Connie and Simon are rightly horrified by the ceremony, but the commune elder, Siv, attempts to calm them down by explaining that this is a normal occurrence that every member of the commune does once they reach the age of 72. He goes on to explain that this is considered a great honor.
Sure, sounds like it.
Yep. Later after the ceremony, Christian also decides that he is going to write his thesis on the commune, which irritates Josh, who had also decided to write about this commune instead of the Midsummer Festival.
Right.
Dani is also disturbed by the ceremony and thinks of leaving. However, Pele convinces her to stay. He also tells her that he too was orphaned after his parents perished in a fire, and goes on to tell her that the commune then became his new family.
Right.
So he then questions Dani over whether or not she feels supported by Christian in her grief.
And she hasn't been, really. He had really act
it doesn't sound like it.
No, he didn't act like he really cared during the movie.
So Connie and Simon, however, are completely freaked out over the events they have witnessed and demand to leave. While Connie is packing her things, she is told that Simon has left on his own and was driven to the train station. Connie doesn't believe this and states that Simon would never leave her without letting her know. While doing research for his thesis, Christian is told that outsiders are sometimes brought to the commune for mating purposes to prevent incest. He is then encouraged to participate in mating with someone, but he refuses. Later, Mark mistakenly urinates on a tree that is considered sacred to the commune. He is then lured away by one of the female commune members, and later that night, Josh sneaks out of bed in order to take photos of the commune's sacred texts. But while he is doing so, he is caught by a half-naked man who is wearing the skinned face of Mark as a mask.
Which lets you know Mark's fate.
Yep. And Josh is then bludgeoned to death. So the next day, Dani and Christian are pressured into drinking a hallucinogenic tea while experiencing the effect. Dani wins a maypole dancing contest, and as a result, she is crowned the May Queen. Christian, who is experiencing the effects of the tea, is coerced into a sex ritual in which he is to attempt to impregnate a 15-year-old member of the commune.
Sounds about right.
While this ritual takes place, the pair is watched by older female members of the commune who are naked. The older women then began to mimic the moans of the girl. Dani witnesses this ritual, which then causes her to have a panic attack. While having the attack, she is then surrounded by female members of the commune who then mimic her cries.
And I never understood that. And it was so creepy.
Didn't either.
They did that all the time.
It was so weird.
Every time somebody was distressed or, the moaning wasn't necessarily
experiencing any significant
emotion
or
something, they would just start mimicking. It was so creepy and weird. And
it was.
It was
very off-putting.
It was.
So, after the ritual with Christian is complete, he attempts to flee while still naked. During his escape attempt, he discovers the severed leg of Josh, which has been planted in a flower bed. He then flees into a barn where he finds Simon, who is barely alive. Now, I use that term very loosely. He has been placed on display after having been made into a blood eagle.
Yeah, and if you don't know what a blood eagle is, you
can look it
up. We covered it on a episode where we talked about torture methods on one of our very early episodes. It is brutal, and it awful. Shows it very, very graphically.
It does. An elder appears and blows a powder into Christian's face, which then paralyzes him. So the movie then moves on to the commune's final ceremony. The leaders of the commune explain that the commune must offer 9 human sacrifices in order to purge the commune of evil. The first 4 were Mark, Josh, Simon, and Connie, who were outsiders that had been lured there by the brothers Pele and Ingemer. The next 4 were the 2 elderly members of the commune who had jumped from the cliff.
Exactly.
And and 2 other members who had volunteered.
Who were just volunteering. They haven't been killed yet. They are alive. They just volunteered to be the last 2. Had to be 4 outsiders and 4 members of the commune, basically.
Yep. So, they then tell Dani that since she is the May Queen, she must choose the last sacrifice, which will be either the paralyzed Christian or a random member of the commune. She decides that Christian should be the final sacrifice. He is then stuffed inside the disemboweled body of a bear.
Because why not?
And is then placed inside a wooden temple alongside the other 8 sacrifices. That didn't make a lot of sense
to me either, but yeah, why not?
It is what it is.
It is. There you go.
So, the commune then surrounds the temple and begins to pray, and the building is set ablaze. As the temple begins to burn, the members of the commune began to mimic the screams of one of the men who had volunteered to be sacrificed and is now being burned alive. Dani is then shown sobbing, but begins to slowly smile as the temple begins to collapse due to the flames consuming it.
Which, I don't know if that means she's happy or if she has a mental breakdown. It's very creepy.
Either or. That's where the movie ends.
That's where it ends. It just shows her sitting there like, she's very creepily smiling, just like, I mean, I'm not saying Christian was a good guy. He wasn't. He was a real dick, but
I wouldn't say he deserved that.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't even say necessarily he cheated on her because they were both out of their minds on that freaking tea. It just made them crazy. It was like mushrooms again, probably. So he probably didn't even... it wasn't right, but you get what I'm saying.
There's also the thing that he probably didn't have a choice either.
Possibly, to a point, it was... I can't remember precisely, but it was ugh. But yeah.
Either way, the whole situation is just disgusting and awful.
That whole...
just terrible.
All their ceremonies are very weird. They're very weird. Like I said, that mimicking stuff, it was very creepy the way they would do it. Because they didn't really have like a moat. They were like just mimicking it, but they were doing it in like this robotic-ish way. You know what I mean? It was weird.
Yeah,
weird.
It was.
But anyway.
That's it for this episode.
We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And don't forget to stay disturbed.